Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder. So there it is, the face reveal you've all been waiting for. Now that we've gotten this out of the way, let's talk about the future of Poke Fodder. If you have noticed on my Discord, I've just changed over to the name Fodder because in order for my channel to grow and become more than just Pokemon Duel videos, because let's be honest, Pokemon Duel is not going to be around forever, no matter how much I like the game, no matter how much you like the game. But there will come a time and a day when Pokemon Duel is not something people want to watch anymore. But I still want to keep my channel going. And if you follow my channel, and if you're watching this, you probably follow my channel, then you know that I have branched off to cover Sonic and have become an influencer for the Sonic Forces Speed Battle game, which I totally enjoy doing and want to continue doing content for that, and that content isn't going away. But in order for the channel to continue to grow, there has to be something more to it than me behind a computer playing a game. So I want to expand my creativity and what I'm able to do with this channel by incorporating in something that I've wanted to do for a while and did not know how to incorporate the vlog aspect of life, content creation into the game of Pokemon Duel. With all that being said, this is my first go at this. So I anticipate it being a little rough around the edges. I mean, I can already tell you I need a haircut. And one thing about being behind the computer and not on the camera is I can wear my pajamas. I can have messy hair. I can be unshaven and nobody's gonna notice. So I'm gonna have to pay a little more attention to that for these videos. But we're still doing Pokemon Duel content. And with that being said, let's talk about today's video. I often get asked, where do I put my carmonite? Is Lunala worth putting in carmonite? Is Zapdos worth putting in carmonite? And the answer is maybe. What do I look for when deciding if I want to put carmonite in a different figure are things like how much miss? How many spaces does the miss have? Like, is it 2 spaces? Is it 3 spaces? Like Yveltal, like Blaziken? Or is it just 1, say like one of the legendary birds, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno come to mind? Let's touch on that first. So if the Pokemon has a base 12 miss, like the legendary birds, then that is a good candidate for me to put carmonite in, depending on what the rest of the wheel looks like. If we look at Zapdos, because it's one of the most common, at level 5 has 8 miss. Then when you add carmonite, it gets to 4 miss. And what makes it useful is that you can put extra layers into the gold attack, making the gold attack more likely to happen. So that would be a good candidate. Other Pokemon off the top of my head that fall into this category would be like Pangoro or Entei, where you're going to get down to 4 miss, you can't go under that. So Pokemon like that, where you have a decisive best move. So with Zapdos it's the gold. With Entei it is the 120 wide attack. And with Pangoro it's the 100 attack. The next type of Pokemon that I look at when deciding when to use Precious Carmonite is going to be on a figure like Blaziken. A base level Blaziken has 16 miss, so at level 5 it's down to 12. That 12 can be lowered further down to 8 spread out over 2 slices, which is nice. The difficulty with a Pokemon like Blaziken is where do you put the levels? Personally for me, I like white attacks over purple attacks no matter how strong the purple attack is. And let's not forget, Cyclone Kick is maybe the best purple in the game. That being said, when taking Blaziken up to level 5, I put 3 levels into the white attack and then 1 level into the Cyclone Kick, because if Blaziken becomes statused, I want the Jet Kick to go away and not it to be a 50-50 random guess. Now, once you take it past level 5 and you start going 6 through 10, a lot of people like to put all of their Carmonite into Cyclone Kick, and they would not be wrong for doing such. But again, I like the white attack, so for me, I put 4 into the white attack and 4 into the purple attack, which is going to give me a little less susceptibility to gold attackers and a little more firepower. If I choose to go for the evolution from Combusken into Blaziken, I will have a larger 140 attack. And finally, we have Pokemon like Lunala, which have a base 8 miss that reduces all the way down to 4 at level 5, and you can't go any lower than 4. What do I do with that? Well, personally for me, I put 3 into the white attack and then 1 into Moongeist Beam. The reason why I did this is because when and if I get status with Paralysis or with Burn, I want Will-O-Wisp to go away. I want to keep my Moongeist Beam because that is really going to be the only option I have for knocking out another Pokemon if Lunala is statused. But does Lunala need Carmonite? I don't put Carmonite into Lunala at this time. Carmonite doesn't come easily, even if you have that 4th booster that gives out resources. I'm finding that the booster only gives out 1 to 3 Carmonite, so it's going to take you a while to get up to 100. And I feel like there are better candidates. But if you were to put Carmonite into Lunala, and you wouldn't be wrong for doing so, I personally would put it all into the white if you have chain levels. Because remember, with Lunala, every chain level is actually worth 2, since the ability of Lunala is to have your opponent's damage. Now, you wouldn't be wrong if you put it all into Moongeist, because it is a very strong purple, but at 2 stars, it does lose or tie with a lot of things, and the more purple you have, the more susceptible you are to losing to Zapdos, or maybe Mew if you see Mews around, or possibly even Tapu Koko, since it does have a strong gold attack. Now, if we go back and look at Pokemon like Zapdos, like Blaziken, like Pangoro, like Entei, where the miss sections are lowered down to 4 at level 9, that's where I stop. I don't think the 1% difference is worth 100 Carmonite to get a roll that you're never even going to notice the difference between 95 times and 96 times. People don't track their rolls. I mean, I kind of do sometimes, but that's only when I feel like the game seems off. And for the record, every time I've done that, the rolls have been pretty much where they should be. And that's not to say that I don't have any Pokemon that are worth level 10. In fact, I think some of the best Pokemon to take to level 10 are ones with no miss to begin with. For example, Phantom. With all that being said, I'm going to jump into a game and I will build a deck with all of my highest, or sort of my highest, maybe not all the highest, but everything with Carmonite in it, and we'll just see if it works towards my benefit. I feel like they've changed something, because if you look, while you can see the Carmonite on each of the different Pokemon's wheel while it's spinning around, you can't see it on the pedestal. Something that might be different, maybe a glitch. I know that they've been having some problems with that. But here's the deck I've put together. Let's jump in. Everything here is at least 9. Deoxys attack form is 10. And I think that's it. And with Deoxys attack form, the reason why it's 10, even though I said Pokemon that have no miss are good candidates, is because of dimensional slip. I don't want to slip. As much as I can eliminate that from a possibility, that's what I want to do. So that was pretty bad. But ultimately, does carmonite help? I don't know. Yeah, it makes an 8 miss go to a 4 miss, and in theory, that means that out of 96 spins, you'll roll miss 4 less times. Are you really even gonna notice? So there you go. Vlog number 1 is in the books. We'll try to keep this up. I hope that it wasn't too rough around the edges, and if you want to continue the conversation, head over to my Discord. We do have a Reddit. Come check that out if you'd like. Let me know what you think. Is carmonite even really worth it? Do you really notice on, say, Zapdos 4 less miss? Maybe on something like Blaziken you'll notice, but I'm not sure that other than that it's really all that noticeable. That's gonna do it for today's video. As always, there's links. I can do this now, look. I've never been able to do that because you couldn't see me, but there's links in the description below. So until next time.